Hello everybody, welcome back to another Deckmates gaming video. This is Braden coming back with another deck profile. This time we have Dragonholt and Sola. This is the GZ Yuki Rush deck that's gaining a lot of popularity. I think it's super good, and I guess we'll go right into it. I think everybody knows what Dragonholt does by now, but you can exhaust him and pay 1 and discard a fire unit from your hand and add a non-legendary dragon from your deck to your hand. I think he's just going to keep getting better and better as more support comes out. So if you don't have your full arts, you better pick him up now. And then Sola is just there for restanding one of your exhausted units, and it has a really good soul burst that you can use at the end of like your opponent's turn, and then you can swing in with another 2,000. Just a good utility card. Very good spirit. So I guess we'll go into what yellows we play first, or white. So the main hero of the deck, the main unit that you want to like hard mull for, you want like these and GZ in your hand basically. Yuki. She has target attack, and then the main skill that you're worried about is that if this card's in your hand and one of your towers is destroyed, you can put it into play. So the reason why it's super good in combination with GZ is that GZ destroys your own towers, so you can do it on your turn, and you can just go for some crazy plays, and that's what we like. We like combos. So yeah, that's that. And then we also play 3 of Hikari. It has instacast, and then you can put into play a knight unit token with guardian, you know, like the knight with 1,000, and then if you have 2 or less towers, you put into 2. So you just get 2 guardians if you have 2 or less towers, which in this deck you most of the time will have 2 or less towers because you destroy them yourself. And then just testing some other things, but I think this as a low cost spell is good because it's a 1 mana or 1 shard instacast destroy target unit that dealt damage this turn. So basically, just if your opponent attacks in and like hits a tower even, you can just cast this and destroy it. So having removal is good. I run a lot of cards that can remove your opponent's cards because we just don't like dealing with big boards, and we want to get rid of their guardians so that we can swing in for game basically. 3 Scarlet Egg. I still think it's such a incredible 1-drop for red. I don't know why you wouldn't run it, to be honest. If you have some dragons, if you're running red without dragons, I guess it's still just a good 1-drop guardian, so you still should run it, I guess. But yeah, basically it's a 1-drop 500 guardian, and then you can destroy it if you have 2 or more dragons, and you can search out a dragon and play it for 2 or less, I believe. Yeah, cost 2 or less and play it. So, you know, you could swing in and test a tower and then destroy it. If you have 2 or more, get the quickness 1, attack. You know, there's a lot of different things you can do. And then obviously we run the 3 Juvenile Dragon. It's just too good not to run. I don't know why you wouldn't. It's quickness if you have 2 or more dragon units, and there's not much more to say about that. It's a 1-drop 1,000, and then the other 1-drop is Deranged. Also just a good 1-drop because it's 1,000, and then it has to attack each turn if able, but that doesn't matter too much because you're going to be attacking like crazy anyways, because it's a kind of just a rush deck. You want to rush your opponent down. And then the star of the deck is GZ, the Explosion Master. So when he arrives, you can place an explosion counter on target tower you own, and then you can exhaust him, remove an explosion counter from a tower you own, If it's face down, flip it face up. Deal damage equal to double its defense to target unit, and then you destroy the tower. So if you flip up the red one, you deal 2,000 to something, and when the tower is destroyed, you kill something, and if you have Yukis in hand, you play those. I mean, your turns just become so crazy with this card. So he is fantastic. 2-drop, 1,500. It's just incredible. Like, not much more to say about him. I'm going to make a lot of other decks with him, probably not just this one, because I just think he has a lot of potential. For 2-drops, we start with 3 Exploding Dragon. It has a ruined effect where you deal 1,000 to target unit, so just more removal. We want to have multiple lanes of removal in this because you want to clear your opponent's board so you can go in for game, basically. Yeah, that's basically all he's there for. You want smaller creatures. 2 Booster Dragons. He has an Arrive skill. Target dragon unit gets plus 1,000. So 2-drop for 15, not bad. And then you can buff up things to go in for killing towers and whatnot. I think he's decent. For some spells and some augments, I guess, we run 2 of the Altar of the Dragon God. I haven't really used it very often, so I might cut it, but it's pretty decent because you can exhaust it and pay 1 and then destroy a target dragon unit you control, and if you do, you search your deck for a dragon unit with the same cost and put it into play. So basically it's just when you attack with something, you use this, kill it, get another one of the same, and then attack again. So most of the time you'd probably be using it with like the quickness one, Juvenile, and you can get in for 2 attacks, but I haven't found a scenario where I use it yet, but I guess we'll see. And then 3 Dragonic Zone. I think this card's really good. It's a 2-mana augment where you can exhaust and target fire unit gets plus 1,000 this turn, and then you can sacrifice the card to return target dragon unit from your discard to your hand. Anything that gets cards that have died, or gets cards from your deck, is going to be good. So this card is really good. I do run 1 Rao Firebomb just as extra removal because I think that Guardians are very annoying. So like even just the smaller Guardians, this can kill that basically. So if they have like 2 500s and a 15 or something like that, you deal 15 to target unit and then 1,000 to each units adjacent to it. So if they don't play their cards in the correct areas, you gotta watch out for that when you're playing against red, is not to place like a 15 and then 2 small guys next to it because they could be running this, and I am because I think it's actually really good. 2 mana to like board wipe potentially is pretty decent to me. I do run 3 Kasai because your towers are going to be getting destroyed by your opponent and by yourself, so you most likely will be at 2, so you deal 15 to target attacking or blocking unit, and then if you have 2 or less towers, you deal 2,000 to target unit. So just more removal. We have to remove their board so that we can go in for game, so I think it's very important actually. I also do run 2 Dragonic Summoner. He is basically just there if you need another board presence card. You play it for 3, and then you put another dragon unit with cost 2 or less from your hand into play. So, and a lot of your dragons are 2 or less, obviously, because that's the only other dragons that we play. So I mean, it's good value. It's a good value card. I think it's decent. I've definitely used it a couple times. And then kind of your biggest card, I guess, is the 4-drop Wyvern Rider. He has quickness, and that's basically the only reason why you run it, I guess. It also has a ruined effect that's just really good too. If it dies, then you put a Rao unit token into play that's 1,000. So I mean, it's a really, really good card, to be honest. Even if it's just 15, it still can kill a tower in one hit, you know? And that's all that we really care about. With quickness, you just want something that can get in and destroy, and yeah, that's basically what he's there for. I think it's a very, very good card. Red doesn't have a whole lot of quickness, so you gotta run what they have, basically. And since you're running other really good yellow cards, you don't really have the quickness package with yellow. But yeah, that's basically what the deck is. It's been running really, really well. We've been practicing and playtesting behind the scenes a little bit. We'll probably upload another gameplay video with showcasing this deck against the Sola, which is the other deck that we've been testing a lot, just to show you guys, how it works and what the deck actually does when it goes off. So hopefully we can show you a gameplay of that. Otherwise, leave a comment if we messed anything up or you had any thoughts about which decks we should do in the future here. And yeah, we'll be coming back with more content, and just keep an eye out, I guess. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.